Hi. Hi. I'm Molly. Today, my dog is messing this up. Today I'm going to show you how I edit my photos really quickly and easily and get the backgrounds really white and professional looking for my Poshmark closet. That's my dog, I'm sorry. We're going to take a walk and I'll be right back. Bye. I'm actually going to edit a photo while we walk so that you can see this is pretty easy. You don't have to be super dexterous. Extras, yes, thank you, clips. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to screen recording and edit my first photo. Bye. These are the photos that I edited while I was walking my dog. If you've never used Snapseed before, this might go kind of quickly, so I'll try to make another video where I illustrate exactly what buttons I'm hitting and tools I'm using. This might go a little bit fast if you've never used the app, but basically I'm just using the exposure brush tool and bumping it up to 1.0 and then taking out all of the shadows. I do it a couple of times. This is just the first pass, but sometimes I go a little overboard is what you might be able to say. Okay, so I used the exposure brush at 1.0 to take out the shadows, and then on anything that I got too close to and went over the actual item, I go back down to the bottom center and change the exposure down to eraser. There it is. And then you can fill in the edges where you went a little too far, and that way you can get a nice clean background, but you're not like putting a foggy haze over the edges of all of your stuff. Have not done. Alright, so I'm in an app called Snapseed. It's a free app. It's available on iTunes and Android. And what I'm using right here, okay, go down to the middle to tools, and I just use brush, and then I use exposure, and I bump it all the way up. And honestly, they have a masking feature, but I think it is not really great. This was a kind of dark photo to begin with, so I'm not going to take it all the way down to the eraser like I normally do, especially for that little part. Let's see, what does that look like? Yeah. See, if I took it to the eraser, it would get really, really dark, so we're going to go to there. And then I just zoom in, and honestly, it's like a coloring book. I probably take too much time editing some of my photos just because I enjoy it, and it's like my adult coloring book zen time. Also, you should totally use this little navigator blue icon thing window on the bottom left. I don't use it nearly often enough. Okay, so what you want to do is you zoom in until your brush becomes smaller than the item that you're going over. So like for instance, if I'm zoomed all the way out, or not all the way out, but pretty out, you can see I get a big shadow. Let's erase that again. And then zoom in, so it gives you a little like a preview of how big your brush is going to be, and we can actually make it a little bit bigger. And you don't have to be perfect, which is my favorite part. I mainly do this to my cover photos so that my Poshmark closet has like a really uniform, that was not real great, a really uniform, almost catalog look to it. Sometimes I do edit all of the photos of a certain item like this, but that honestly is just because I like doing it and it kind of calms me down. Alright, we're done. We're done here with that part of it. Another thing I do within this app is healing, which gets rid of, here, see that? Little dirt, whatever. Get rid of it. If you do it over something, well, that was a terrible example. I can't get a good example of it. There you go. That's what it'll do. Anyway, I use healing to get rid of little spots. And then for this little black darkish corner over here, honestly, I'm going to get the same tool I just used and lighten that up again. And here's what I do. Alright, yep, that's good enough for me. And I'm going to do it again. And this time I'm only going to use 7. And I just kind of zhuzh the edges. That's a word still, right? Zhuzh. They also have a tool called Dodge and Burn, where it'll basically go around the edges and not do as much lightening. You can see how that works though, but it does lighten the entire item. But sometimes with stuff like this, I'll just go over it real quick, and that cleans up all your little edges. So that's what we got. Alright, let's, oh no, look. I'm not happy with that. No, I'm happy with that. Alright, then we export it. I always save. You can always revert your photo. I don't need a bunch of extra photos lying around. I have plenty, as you'll see in a second. Okay, 2 more photos. I end up spending a little bit more time when I'm editing on my iPad, but again, it's because I enjoy doing it. Let me see if I can convince myself to not do as perfect a job. Which one haven't we done? Oh, that one. Okay, so this one, let's do the quickest job normally I would do. Alright, tools, brush, exposure, pump it all the way up, zoom out. I actually finished 2 while we were walking, and we're headed home, so I'm gonna see if I can finish any more, and then just, sorry about the traffic, upload what I did on my phone, and then start fresh on my iPad. Who cares, right? You just want to see the photos. Alright, we have one more, and this was my challenge. I've actually never edited this photo in this way. I usually don't take out a background this busy, but I did want you to see that you can, you don't have to have a super solid white background for this. Okay, white balance is another one I like. No, not for this. That's pretty much the color of my purse. Okay, so let's do what we normally do. And I'm gonna do it just around the edges at first. And kind of reduce what we have to do here. Okay, that's a good start. Alright. And then if you save that, the next time you go out back to your brush tool, it's going to be even more powerful, and you can take it out again. If I had done that just within, it would not erase anymore. I honestly think we're ready to do the whole thing. Look at that. Okay. Again, do the inside first. And then get a little closer. Looking good. Alright. See how that is already darker because it was sort of behind? I'm not gonna lighten that or darken that again. Down here to the edge. Give you your clean edge. Little ties in. I think I need to make my brush a little bigger. Yeah. Okay. Oopsies. Alright, because we did start with like a crazy background on this one, and I don't want those door molding creases to show, I'm gonna come back in, get rid of those wherever I can using what I've got going on now. And remember, every time you close it out, you can get a stronger, ugh, I hate that so much. You can get a stronger exposure. So you're not stuck with like, oh, I guess that's as much as I can lighten it. No, girl, boy, you can do it all day long. All right, and let's see what we got. I'm gonna go in here. Oh, see, okay, this is one where we're gonna have to get that the next go around. Yeah, all those next go around. I'm just gonna get this corner out of here. And bring it back in. I'm like, I know that this is very detailed, but I just wanted you to see that if you are the kind of person that does like coloring books for relaxation, this might be like a new productive use of your relaxing, because I know it is for me. I look forward to this a lot. Screw you. Okay. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna do that one. Oh well, it's done now. Let's make this edge a little harder. There we go. Okay, and now I'm gonna get my very last little bits out. Start up here. And again, guys, this is not Photoshop. I don't even know how to use Photoshop. This is free. This is Snapseed. There are probably other apps very similar, but this is the one that did not make me angry. Okay, let me zoom out and get that a little bit better. That's just gonna be like that. Zoom in, zoom out, enhance. Alright, probably in here. And you 100% do not need to go in to these little areas. This is just really for my entertainment at this point. There we go. That's okay. Alright, this is the one that's really kind of bugging me. Good. Don't get too close to the edge. First of all, don't get too close to the edge, because you're going to have to go back and put in the edge again, which is fine. But don't leave an edge like that. Here, let me show you. If you zoom out. Anyway, it kind of starts to look like your item is in a fog. So you want a nice hard edge. And the nice thing about it is there should be a little bit of a shadow. Like, you don't want to look like this thing came out of nowhere. Alright, this is our last little bit, guys. So we're almost done. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, I'm just gonna get in there a little bit. Boom. That didn't take long. Export, save, modify. Did we get them all? Four, five, six. I don't know if we did that one. Let's